In this video tutorial, we're going to look at how to use questions, statements, and commands as a means to motivate an audience to action. But first, let's take a look at the word but. As you can see, the word but negates what was said before. And in another example, someone says, I know I should stop drinking, but when I go to a party, I can't help myself. So the person actually negates their own desire to stop drinking. One way to deal with this is to turn it around and get the person to say, when I go to a party, I can't help myself, but, and then leave it for them to finish the statement. Typically, the person will pause and say, but I want to stop drinking. I don't want to drink so much. And so just by rephrasing their words, the person gets into the power seat and they learn that if they direct their thoughts, then they can change their behavior and achieve a desired outcome. Now, if you listen carefully to what people say, you will find that some people use however instead of but. However is a bit softer than but. Now, Tony Robbins suggested many years ago to remove but from your language patterns entirely. And I have noticed that some politicians like Justin Trudeau, for example, don't seem to use but at all. However, Nigel Farage, the English politician, is a bit different. Nigel Farage typically makes a statement followed by, but you know what, and then makes a statement or gives a command. He also uses a lot of repetition, short phrases, for example. But you know what, we can do it. And as he does this, he turns his body to look at one group of people in the audience, and then he turns to face another group of people in the audience. At the same time, he marks out the words with a distinct nod of his head and an up and down movement with a closed fist. And in addition, he uses volume and tonality to mark out the key words. So now we get to the nitty-gritty of this video tutorial, and that is how to influence the listener's feeling response with the use of questions, statements, and commands. Just think for a moment. What is the feeling, the body sensation that you get when someone asks a question, makes a statement, or gives you a command? Now, there are two scenarios here. One is where you are in the audience, or you may be watching a video on YouTube. The other is where the speaker is talking directly to you. And when you are personally addressed, the feelings will be more intense. Now, let's say you're invited to an event and someone says to you, would you like a drink? That is a question. Or there is tea and coffee in the kitchen and the cups are in the cupboard. That is a statement. If they follow that statement with help yourself, that would be a command, and also give you permission to take action. In another scenario, they could say, have a drink, which is a command. Now, what I would like you to consider is how do you respond to each? What is the feeling that you get in the body sensation? And what are the thoughts that arise in your mind when someone asks you a question, or they make a statement, or they tell you what to do? So knowing that people have a different physiological response and a shift in their mindset to your use of questions, statements, commands, how could you influence the listener to your desired outcome? What could you say? Now, let's take a look at Nigel Farage once again. He makes a statement. The audience have a feeling response to what he has said, but then he says, but you know what? So now the audience move into question mode. The feeling in their body changes, and they are probably a bit more open to incoming information. He then repeats the question and says, you know what? The audience are now wide-eyed, waiting to hear what he has to say. And then he makes a statement or gives a command or a suggestion. All of this, of course, is predicated on the level of rapport the speaker has with the audience. So if you want to improve your communication skills, sales skills, negotiation skills, or debating skills, Then I encourage you to pay attention to the language patterns of people at the top of their profession and model out the language patterns and body language. And then try it on and see what results you get. Let me know how you go and what you learn. And if you can give the video a like, share it on social media and subscribe to my channel, that will help the algorithm enormously and motivate me to keep making more videos, because they do take a lot of time to make these videos. And if you could donate a couple of dollars on Super Thanks, that would be fantastic. All the best to you. I look forward to seeing you again.